Okay, had a little break there. So it's this shape fitting that becomes important. All right, so we know that the uh, up here the let's just strip off the drawing tool and look at that D shape here. So we know we can go caged with the word cage, D, and then cage starts over again, C-A-G-E-D. So from the D shape, we can go to that minor sixth pretty easily, skipping the, this is the half diminished, right? But we can go to that minor sixth, the C minor shape. It's just knowing where it is. Now, C is going to be second inversion. Okay, A shape's going to be second inversion. G shape's going to be first inversion. Here's the G shape fourth. 4, 6, root, 4, 6, root, 4. Okay? The G minor shape third is going to be a half step down there. That's why we got this big cage here. We got this big cage, it's tripentatonic now. Okay, right there from D to D there. So now we can fit in this G minor shaped third, 3, 5, 7, any key, the third of the key of A flat. The third of A flat is C. The fifth of A flat is E flat, and the seventh is G. It's C minor. Okay, so the third, and then of course to the G shaped fourth, which is D flat. All right. So that would be our G minor shaped, and that's root. G minor is always root. G major or minor is always root. A is always second inversion. So that would be 2, 5, 7. Key of C. All right. So that's we're getting caught up in the modals again. All right. We don't want to spend too much time. So that's too much fun. But it gets into shape fitting. So you know what the shape is going to be. These are the shapes. You just have to fit it in. And of course you have to fit it to the tuning warp. Okay? And we're also going to talk about an advanced topic today, which is like fitting in a shape when there's a capo there. And we can't do what we wanted to do. Let's say we have this box here. And I could talk forever on this stuff as far as when I get a diagram. Okay, so right here's your C box. Well, we were talking about a different box, We're talking about the D box, right? Okay, let's get that D box. Where did that D box go off to? Right there. So we had a fret nut right here. Okay. We couldn't access that entire E minor shaped, G minor shaped third. Remember, root 3, 5, 3, 5, 7. There's your Phrygian. Okay, so it's 3, 5, 7. It's going to be in a root position in G minor, but we cannot get that 7. So we're going to talk about that today. All right, here is chart number 156, S3XL generation from cage ladder with string shaped formations. Why do we want the S3XL? Do we want the S3XL so we can play big patterns on the fretboard? Yeah. I guess. I messed that up. But you can do it. You can use the S3XL because it's essentially a major scale. It's actually a from 5 to 5 is a mixolydian, and from 6 to 6 is an aeolian. So you can do a lot with that, right? You can start on root. You start on root. Now when you go root 2, 3, we'll go up here and find it in one of our fretboards. So we start on root right here, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if you don't want to go back into the string shapes there, okay, we wanted to start the pattern over again. We'd have to look, let's get a bigger fret. Okay, this is a little bit bigger of a fretboard. We have to move a long time, starting to move on us. So we've got an S3XL right here, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then we can also just go 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from there. It's just warped over, and that is shape fitting. That's shape fitting right here. The pattern's 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we want to keep playing that up the fretboard. So I hate to start it on G because I always you know, but it's easier for me. 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that kind of thing. You can play it up the fretboard till it goes off the top. You can play it like 2 or 3 times. Shape fitting, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start it again, 5, 6. Remember, we dual 5, 6s. Anytime you have the same notes, let's say, in a pattern, you can restart that pattern. You can substitute that pattern. So from this 5, 6 to this 5, 6, you could substitute this whole S3XL into any 5, 6. So say I'm going 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2. I can go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come out of that 5, 6 into that 7, root 2 right there. An entire substitution because you got 5, 6 in top and bottom here. That's substitution, but you will run out of fretboard. Shape fitting is if we just want to do this again. Guess what? It's not going to be shaped the way we think. It's not going to be square anymore because we had to warp over the top 2 strings there. So there it is, 5, 6, 7, warp over, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because when you have a detuned string on the B string, you have to move the pattern up to keep it the same. So that's shape fitting. That's one good example of shape fitting. But the other good example of shape fitting was fitting that C minor shaped Dorian, rather Aeolian, that C minor shaped Aeolian into the D box. And yes, it should fit in the tripentatonic D box. But what if you're playing in the key of D off of the fret nut? That's what we're going to cover now in the next segment. Okay, here we are. Hopefully the pause and the play aren't mixed up, because then you'll see me scratching my head and you know, instead of teaching. All right, so in this particular, and this is I'll just zoom out quickly here. This is chart 156, S3